Hey guys, what's up? My name is Anthony, and welcome to another edition of B&A Sports Talk. So what I'm going to start to do, like I did with my Bears video, is basically reflect on my opinions about the season, how I thought they'd do, how they're doing, and how I think they're going to do in the future, and maybe some off-season, mentioned barely. But next up is, I was going to do the 49. I think I should do the Seattle Seahawks. Let's just mention the Seattle Seahawks, and I'm going to do like a live little reaction. I have the stats in front of me to see how they're doing. I haven't watched the Seattle game. I've been following them. I know the general gist, but I haven't really watched tape with the Bears. I'm a little more involved. I'm a secondary Bears fan, kind of. I'm a honorary Bears fan. How about that? That should work. But Seattle, I had them going 10-6 and had them going and sneaking into a wild card spot and winning a wild card game. I think I had them at a 5 or 6 seed. I forget which specific seed they had. But yeah, that's what I think they can do now. And I actually do think they can compete for the Super Bowl. My stock is a little bit higher than it was in the beginning of the season, but only barely. But yeah, let's take a look at how Seattle is doing from what my opinions from just watching them, and we'll see what the stats say. Sorry, I'm not a film junkie. I should do more film, but my overall opinions are, the offense is doing great now and the defense sucks. But the defense is going to, I think, eventually get a little momentum. Their Super Bowl year. I'll throw it up right now. I remember they had barely beaten the Titans. They barely strung together a couple wins, and that's all you need to do. And then you just need to get momentum, get that defense, get that defense going a little bit. And I didn't like the whole LOB thing. I hated Seattle at this point. I never liked them in 2013, 2014 because they're acting like, they're the kings of the world, and I thought they were just getting lucky. I didn't think it was all about skill, and I'm like, why are you trying to take the guy's head off? Like, what did he do to you? I get it's sport, it's your livelihood, but, like, come on, let's chill out a little bit. And, yeah, they just always remind me of, like, a school bully. I'm like, dude, come on. This is not, stop taking it so seriously type of thing. But, yeah, so I checked out their stats from last year before this. Their offense is a bit better than last year. Their offense is ranked 7th in points for right now. Last year, it was 6th. But they're doing way better in yards. Last year they were 18th, and now they're only 4th. But their defense, their points for are 22 and 25. But last year it was 11 and 16. So they definitely have regressed with their defense. I don't have the per game stats, I just have the overall. But turnovers, they're doing way better than they were last year. Yeah, offensively, they're still doing great with turnovers. Defensively, they're doing even better. They're causing turnovers. As far as their injuries, let's just go to that real quick. They haven't really been hit by a lot of injuries. I mean, obviously the classic like Bobby Wagner and Jadeveon Clowney are limited. Same thing with Quandre Diggs. They just brought in Josh Gordon, which is going to be a huge addition. This team could compete for a Super Bowl, I think. You give Russell Wilson another weapon, and you let this defense catch shape a little bit. I mean, Pete Carroll's a good coach, and that's all I really care about. So, yeah, let's go back into the stats, because we love stats, don't we? Passing, I remember last year, they were really bad at passing. Attempts, they were 32nd in the league, but attempts, they were first with rushing. So they brought it a little bit back with rushing. They're 5th in the league in rushing and 23rd with passing. So they got better with passing. Russell Wilson, he's most touchdowns, fewest interceptions, and that's great. Yards per attempt, I think they're doing really well as well. Yards per attempt last year, passing, they were 15th at 6.5. This year, they're doing, this year they're 7.5. So, I mean, every single stat with that, they're going up. Rushing, they were number 1 in every single category last year. Obviously going down a little bit, but the offensive line is just good enough. The defense is stopping the rush just as well as they were last year. They're just letting up a few more touchdowns than I would like. And then their average drive, which basically I like the stats like points per play, points per drive. They're 7th in the league on offense, 22nd on defense. So overall, they're like a 7th-ish offense and like a 20th defense, I would say. The offense is doing a better job this year than last year of staying on the field, in my opinion. But it's about the same. They need to do a little bit of a better job, I think, to help the defense out based on these stats that I'm looking at right now. But obviously they played against good teams so far this year. They've played against the Steelers, who have a good defense. They played against the Rams, the Browns, who have a good defense, Baltimore, Atlanta, just kidding, Buccaneers. they've played against decent defenses this year, and those teams also have good offenses. Kyler Murray and the Arizona Cardinals. You have Tampa Bay Buccaneers with Jameis Winston, who they didn't play well against, but they played Atlanta, who has a hot shot offense. You also played the Rams with Jared Goff and the Baltimore Ravens. So they've been tested. They've been tested against good teams. And this is not the hardest schedule, but it's also not the easiest schedule. So I'm right in the middle. And going to the rest of their schedule, they play the 49ers this week. That's a big game, prime time. My money's on Wilson. I don't think my money's on Wilson to cover the spread. I don't think he's going to get blown out in a primetime game. Then they struggle. They have the Eagles, Vikings, Rams, Panthers, Cardinals, 49ers. But right now they're 7-2. Okay, they're 7-2. So they realistically, all they need to win is 3 games. 3 out of the next games they need to win. And I think it's possible. I really do think it's possible. Their offense is still struggling with third down conversions, which, in my opinion, is about offensive creativity. You need to be creative on third downs and need to get to the sticks. They're a little bit better than they were last year. Again, on offense, that's a trend. Their defense is great on third downs, however. That means they're getting the opposing defenses off the field, which is key. But yeah, and they're converting in the red zone fine, the Seahawks. So the litmus test is fine. I'm looking at this team. They're checking all the boxes: net yards per attempt, points per possession. They're top in the league in all of those categories on offense. As long as you can score, it's great. And they're built with running. In November, well, now it's November. In December and January, you're gonna have to be able to throw the ball. That's great. I mean, DK Metcalf is doing better. Tyler Lockett is good. And you're bringing in Josh Gordon. You're giving Russell Wilson more chances to succeed, and that's good. Good coaching, good management, good things overall. If I had to place a bet, I think it's a good bet to win the Super Bowl. It's around plus 3,000. I'll have the exact number on the screen. I took it. I think this is good value because you have the 49ers and the Rams in that division. I think they're being undercounted right now. I really do. I take a look at if they were to play the Green Bay Packers right now, I'd have Seattle winning. The Seattle just finds ways to win. There's a little bit of that magic left. The Green Bay Packers offense can just be silent at sometimes. And Russell Wilson can just pull things out of a hat. And when things are said and done, Russell Wilson, he may not have, the best stats, but, he's going to win. The wins are going to come. And I think he should win MVP. As far as next season, they obviously don't have a first-round pick. They should bring everyone back. And the key is this offseason, you just get more picks. You just get more picks. You need to accumulate for that next wave. You sign Russell Wilson to a contract. You need that next wave of guys. You had all the players. Well, KJ Wright's still on the team, but you had all those players: Malcolm Brown, Malcolm Smith. You had Richard Sherman. You had Earl Thomas. Now all those guys are gone. Now you have Jadeveon Clowney, KJ Wright still, Bobby Wagner. You still have him. And now you need to get ready for the next wave and develop those players. But hope you guys enjoy this video. Let me know what you guys think, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye, guys.